In the words of the great author Melody Beattie, gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. In today's world, we are so worried about obtaining what we don't have that we often forget about what we are fortunate enough to possess. The world's becoming more and more competitive in every aspect, and the pressures that society places on top of us often seem so far out of reach. It is in these harsh situations that we often look for something or someone else to blame for our own struggles, but realistically, it comes from deep within. The short story Boots of Karter Shaw touches on these issues and relates it to the struggles that everyone experiences. In a setting similar to the present-day world, the narrative unfolds amidst the mounting pressures faced by the youth in their pursuit of success. With social media's widespread usage, individuals are exposed to the achievements of others, leading to a sense of entitlement to achieve similar heights. The world appears to have lost sight of the importance of internal struggles and now measures success based on material possessions, such as wealth and followers. At school, groups are often characterized into the amount of wealth your family possesses or your following on social media platforms, leaving Karter an outcast. After receiving hurtful mocks for the inferior quality of his football boots, Karter decides to take matters into his own hands by trying to steal an expensive new pair. However, as he fled with the shoes, the store owner pursued him and forced him to jump a fence, resulting in him injuring his leg and hitting his head. He's miraculously saved when his older brother unexpectedly drives by and picks him up. While driving with his brother, he mentions their father leaving them at a young age and the mother not being around much. His brother assures him, however, that things will begin to get better if Karter starts to find work. Karter is selfish in his response, as he believes that he is going to make it in football and therefore does not need a backup plan. His brother tells him if he keeps acting like this, then he will end up exactly like his parents. While he is yelling at him, Karter loses hearing and opens the stolen shoebox, and it is revealed that one of the shoes had fallen out during the chase. He then passes out due to head injury. Karter then wakes up in a hospital bed, where he is furious about his leg injury and now believes he will never be able to make it in football. While cursing to himself about his own frustration, he meets a girl who had her arm amputated, but she dreams of becoming a tennis player. Karter laughs and says to her that it is merely impossible, to which she responds, "How so? I still have my other arm." In this moment, Karter possesses a sense of gratitude for what he has and is ultimately inspired by her words of wisdom. Soon after, Karter looks out the window and sees a thief who is running from the cops. Eventually, the thief trips and is arrested. Karter sees his future self in the same position and is ultimately brought to the realization that if he doesn't change, he will end up just like that man, just like his parents. Lastly, after taking an intense painkiller, he sees a vision of his brother returning the stolen shoes and paying for the damages Karter has caused. His brother then says to him in the vision, "My whole life I wanted you to do what I could never do. I wanted you to be better than I could ever be. I'm sorry if I've failed you, Karter." It is in this time of great pain that Karter is brought to the realization that his life doesn't seem that horrible, his leg doesn't seem that painful, and his dream doesn't seem that far away. In the final scene, a month has passed, and Karter's leg has recovered. He is shown playing football for his Division 1 team, and in the dying seconds of the game, he scores a match-winning goal while wearing his old boots that he had once been bullied for, the boots he believed were not good enough. The beginning of the story shows Karter being bullied for his football boots by his teammates. We then see him steal the shoes and run away, resulting in him hitting his head and injuring his leg. While in the car, his brother talks about how he needs to change to ensure that he has a better future. During the middle of the story, Karter learns more about himself from the actions of his peers. He is able to see how he can relate other people's struggles and sacrifices to his own life, which ultimately changes his perception. In the end, with his new morals and aspirations, Karter plays football in his old boots to represent that although his situation has not changed, the way he perceives it has, and scoring the final goal is a reminder that he has learned to adapt and make do with the things he is fortunate enough to have. Karter's ultimate goal is to be the best football player he can be, but he realizes that it is his perception on life that contributes deeply to his performance on the field. When he is able to overcome his internal conflict, he becomes a better version of himself, both in football and in life. The film genre will be action/drama, through action sequences, character development, and strong themes. The beginning of the film will be filmed with darker lighting that gradually turns it to more soft and lighter tone as the story and characters progress. The theatrical music during intense scenes will significantly build on the dramatic genre of the film. Aspects of the theme love and hate will be reflected by the progression of Karter and his brother's relationship. The separation of good versus bad will be presented through the actions of Karter and others around him. However, audiences can use their own morals to interpret the events. Lastly, the theme of gratitude allows Karter to feel more positive about himself and the opportunities he has been given. Effectively, the story is about gratitude and accepting what you are fortunate enough to have. It presents that even in times of great misfortune, there is always light and good. It also conveys the idea that it is never too late to change, and it is effectively our friends and family around us that inspire us to do better. Carter didn't have much family, but he did have his brother, and that was enough. He didn't have many friends, but he did have hope. Through his troubles and insecurities, he was able to see the light and endeavor on the journey of changing his future for the better. Carter's journey is not an uncommon one, as many people suffer from internal conflict, and it is when we are able to overcome this that we build a better life, not just for ourselves, but the people around us.